Xpeng has been building towards something with the G9X for a while, and now that it's officially entered global mass production, the full picture of what the company has been working on is coming into focus. This is a full-size, six-seat SUV, and on paper, it reads like a vehicle designed specifically to make a statement, not just about what Xpeng can do, but about where the entire premium electric SUV segment is heading. The technology packed into it is genuinely ambitious, and in at least one area, it's doing something no production vehicle at this price point has done before. The headline feature is the steer-by-wire system, developed in partnership with Bosch, and it's worth understanding what that actually means before the term gets lost in a sea of technical language. Traditional steering works through a mechanical connection. When you turn the wheel, that input travels through a physical linkage to the wheels themselves. Steer-by-wire cuts that physical link entirely and replaces it with electronic signals. The steering wheel's inputs are read by sensors, interpreted by software, and translated into wheel movement by actuators. What you gain from that arrangement is flexibility that simply doesn't exist in a mechanical system. Steering characteristics can be adjusted dynamically depending on what the car is doing and where it's going. The feel at low speeds can be different from the feel at highway speeds, and the system can adapt in ways that a fixed mechanical setup never could. Xpeng's implementation supports Level 4 autonomous driving capability and integrates over 100 functions. And critically, it's the first time L4-capable line control steering has appeared in a production vehicle priced under 500,000 yuan, which translates to roughly 72,000 USD. That combination of technological ambition and relative accessibility is the kind of thing that tends to shift expectations across an entire segment. The powertrain sits behind that headline, but deserves its own moment. The G9X uses a dual-motor intelligent all-wheel drive system built around Xpeng's 800V mixed silicon carbide coaxial electric drive technology, which produces a maximum of 430 kilowatts and 695 newton-meters of peak torque, figures that work out to around 585 horsepower in combined system output. For a vehicle of this size, those numbers are genuinely competitive, and the silicon carbide components in the drivetrain contribute to the kind of efficiency gains that make a real difference in range and thermal management. The front and rear steer-by-wire integration means the drivetrain and steering systems are communicating with each other rather than operating in isolation, which has meaningful implications for how the vehicle handles in practice. Rear-wheel steering reduces the turning radius at low speeds, which is a significant practical benefit in something this large, and it improves high-speed stability as well. Getting a vehicle measuring over 5 meters in length to feel genuinely agile is not a trivial engineering challenge, and the combination of rear-wheel steering and precise electronic control is how Xpeng is attempting to solve it. Charging is handled by an 800V AI battery platform capable of 5C ultra-fast charging, which means the time spent connected to a fast charger is substantially reduced compared to what conventional systems allow. Xpeng hasn't released the full battery specifications. Capacity, range, and acceleration times haven't been confirmed publicly yet, but the architecture itself is built with future hardware in mind. The platform is designed to accommodate next-generation autonomous sensors and updated computing hardware, which means the G9X is being positioned not just as a product for today, but as a vehicle that can evolve as the technology around it advances. Over-the-air updates are part of that picture, as are for most serious electric vehicles now, but the modular approach to autonomous hardware goes beyond what most manufacturers are currently offering. The physical scale of the G9X puts it among the largest six-seat SUVs available in the Chinese market. At 5,265 millimeters long, 1,999 millimeters wide, and 1,800 millimeters tall, with a wheelbase of 3,115 millimeters, there's a substantial amount of space being offered here. The six-seat cabin configuration is aimed at covering both family use and the executive transport market, with flexible seating arrangements and integrated storage designed to make the interior feel purposeful rather than simply large. Getting interior packaging right in a vehicle this size is genuinely difficult. The temptation is always to fill space with features that look impressive but don't actually improve how people experience the car day to day. From what's been shown, Xpeng appears to have thought carefully about that balance, though the real verdict will come when people spend actual time inside it. Visually, the GX carries a silhouette that has drawn comparisons to the Range Rover, and it's not hard to see why. Clean lines, a strong upright stance, and a restrained approach to surface detailing that communicates premium intent without resorting to visual complexity. Wheel options include standard 22-inch multi-spoke designs alongside optional 21-inch variants for buyers who prefer a sportier look or want to prioritize aerodynamic efficiency. Those choices let buyers shape the vehicle's character to some degree, which reflects the broader trend toward personalization in premium segments. The development path of the GX is worth noting because it reflects the pragmatic thinking that increasingly defines how Chinese automakers approach the market. Initially coded as the G01, the model was designed from the beginning to support both fully electric and extended range powertrain options. The extended range variant is expected to combine a range extender system with the same 5C fast charging capability, giving buyers who remain uncertain about pure electric range a way to enter the platform without the anxiety that still accompanies long-distance electric travel for many people. This kind of dual-path development requires more upfront engineering investment, but produces a more resilient product strategy, one that doesn't require the market to move at a particular speed in order to succeed. In terms of competition, the GX is entering a field that contains some formidable opponents. The Li Auto L9, Ito M9, Zeekr 9X, and Denza N9 all occupy similar ground in China's premium SUV segment, and each brings genuine capability to the table. What separates the GX in this company is the steer-by-wire system and the L4-capable architecture, features that none of its direct competitors currently offer at this price point. Whether those technological distinctions translate into purchase decisions will depend on how well Xpeng communicates their real-world value to buyers who may not immediately grasp the significance of software-defined steering. Technology that requires explanation before it can be appreciated faces a higher bar in the market than technology that makes its benefits obvious the moment you experience it. The partnership with Bosch in developing the steer-by-wire system reflects something larger about how the automotive industry is evolving. Bringing in a supplier with deep expertise in electronic control systems allows Xpeng to deploy technology that would have taken considerably longer to develop entirely in-house. That kind of collaboration is becoming more common across the industry as the complexity of modern vehicles outpaces what any single organization can efficiently develop alone. It's a different model from the vertical integration strategy that some manufacturers pursue, and it has its own logic, particularly when speed to market matters. The GX is expected to reach customers in April or May of 2026, which places it in the middle of what is shaping up to be an extraordinary period for autonomous adjacent technology in production vehicles. Regulatory frameworks are slowly adapting to higher levels of automation, and consumer awareness of what these systems can offer is increasing. Being among the first to put genuinely capable hardware in buyers' hands at a non-stratospheric price point is the kind of positioning that builds brand credibility in ways that marketing alone cannot. For Xpeng, the GX is more than a new model. It's an argument about what a modern premium SUV should be, made in the most direct way possible, by building it and putting it on the road.